inaugural celebration of the 17th President.
Fil-am News is one of the banner programs of Fil-am TV network, covering Filipino-American community news, events, and public affairs in Las Vegas, Nevada, in addition to 7 participating cities with a high density of Fil-ams and Filipino in America. Fil-am TV Network brings Fil-am News from the entertainment capital of the world to your home and anywhere on your favorite device. Visit Fil-am TV US to enjoy live streaming of Fil-am TV Network's programs, especially Fil-am News, anytime and anywhere in the world. Watch Fil-am News on KGNG 126.8 Las Vegas and Roku app of Fil-am TV Network and ACTV or in the WCTV app digital app on the smartphones. You may also watch both live and video on-demand programs via filmtv.us or simply go to Facebook or YouTube and search for Fil-am News.
Hello once again, kumusta po kayong lahat? Thank you very much for watching and following Fil-am News. The National Heroes of Philippines Day is celebrated on August 29. The day is celebrated by the Filipino people to honor and remember all the heroes of the revolution who helped to establish the foundation for the country's independence. Freedom to choose one's own country is one of the most important qualities that every country should have. The Philippines did not have that freedom or national identity, but thanks to the efforts of the national heroes like Jose Rizal, Andres Bonifacio, Emilio Aguinaldo, and Apolinario Mabini. They created a national identity and started working towards the dream of independence. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Pure Medical Equipment, located at 3750 South Jones Boulevard, Suite 190, Las Vegas, Nevada 89103. The premier provider for your medical equipment and supply needs. We accept Medicare, Medicaid, private and cash pay. Pure Medical Equipment. The Philippine government expressed disappointment with the outcome of the 4-week 10th Review Conference of the parties to the Treaty of Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons in New York after it ended without an agreement. In a statement dated August 26, U.S. time, the Philippine Permanent Mission to United Nations in New York said the lack of consensus on a final document was a missed opportunity to affirm that the NPT and multilateralism are on sound ground. We regret that we conclude this conference without even a flicker of hope to give the world and the communities that place the highest demand for diplomacy, dialogue, and negotiation to flourish resilience through the stresses of war, conflict, and differences among nations that are complex and deep, it said. We needed this hope, and the Philippines actively engaged with the state's parties during the review cycle in good faith. Like all others, believe that even a small margin of movement takes us forward, closer to meeting the aspirations and expressing the will of parties and our publics to see in the near future the elimination of the nuclear weapons, it added. The permanent mission said countries must stop ignoring the logic of a world that is free of nuclear weapons in the 21st century. The catastrophic humanitarian consequences of nuclear weapons use render all arguments for their existence untenable. Nukes do not make us more secure, they put us all in peril. The conference to review the progress under the 1970 FAC was held August 1st to 26 at the General Assembly Hall of the United Nations headquarters. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. This segment is brought to you by Engineer Romeo Durrani and Attorney Nadia Catarata Durrani Scholarship Foundation. And I was so grateful today because I have Daniel Piper Chios running for Justice Court Department 9 here in Las Vegas. She was born and raised in Honolulu, Hawaii. She moved to Whittier, California to attend Whittier College. After college, she volunteered at the Child Abuse Services Team, or CAST, in Orange, California. CAST is a multidisciplinary team made up of law enforcement, nurses, therapists, and social workers. Daniel found her passion for helping others through her volunteer experience. It was after this experience she decided to go to law school to become an advocate for victims. In 2000, Daniel was admitted to law school and graduated in 2003. After graduation, she moved to Las Vegas, Nevada, and in 2003, after graduation, she was hired by the City of Las Vegas as Deputy City Attorney. While she was there, she prosecuted domestic violence and DUI cases. And in 2005, she accepted a position with the Clark County District Attorney's Office, where she honed her craft as litigator on a general litigation team. So in 2009, she moved to Special Victims Unit, or SBU, handling sexual and physical abuse cases involving minor children and adults. Please welcome Daniel Piper Chio.
As team chief of the gang unit, I challenged my team to find better solutions on prosecuting entire gangs.
She holds the bar very high for herself and those around her. And that's what we want to see in a judge, someone that has excellence as their premier quality.
I have the experience, common sense solutions, and compassion to be your next Las Vegas Justice Court Department number 9 judge.
And of course, please welcome Daniel Piper Chio. Hello.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Of course. Now, Daniel, what is Justice Court?
So essentially in Nevada, there's a 4-court system. There's Justice Court, there's District Court, and then there's the 2 appellate courts. Justice Court is the first court. So essentially that's where somebody who's been arrested goes before a judge for the first time. So it's an initial appearance court. 2 weeks after the initial appearance, there's usually a preliminary hearing set. Also, Justice Court handles misdemeanors as well as civil matters under $15,000, as well as TPOs and things of that, and some other civil matters like landlord-tenant.
Wow. With your vast experience, you know what? I am thinking, why are you running for judge?
That's why I'm running for judge, because I have a lot of experience, and I think experience matters and it counts. So if you have experience, I've done over 50 felony jury trials. I've been the team chief of the gang unit for the past 10 years. Prior to that, I was on the sexual assault unit and I prosecuted people that did bad things to children. All of that experience helps me, it will help me in this job.
Of course. Now, why should we vote for you, especially the Filipino-American community?
The Filipino-American community should vote for me because I understand its needs. I was born and raised in Honolulu, Hawaii, as well as I'm Hawaiian, Japanese, German, so I understand the culture. As well as I have 19 years of experience, 17 in the Clark County District Attorney's Office, working to protect this community and working for you.
That's right. Well said, Danielle Piper Chio.
Thank you.
And if they want to get in touch with you?
You can go to my website, which is danielle4judge.com, or you can email me at danielle@danielle4judge.com.
Wow. Good luck,
Thank you very
Judge
much.
Danielle Piper Chio.
Thank
Stay
you.
tuned. We'll be right back.
This segment is brought to you by Trans-Pacific Multi-Services LLC, Bookkeeping and Tax Services, located at 5440 West Sahara Boulevard, Suite 107, Las Vegas, Nevada 89146. Qualified tax preparer, specializing in preparation of individual and business tax returns. Trans-Pacific Multi-Services.
And on Fil-am News Wellness segment for our beauty and health, please welcome Professor Cherry Maglayan. Welcome back, Dr. Cherry Maglayan. Hello, Doc.
Kumusta, Doc? It's nice to be back.
Okay, so greet our viewers.
Hello, everyone. We are very glad to be with you once again to bring to you important things which are, necessary for the maintenance of your health. So, we're going to talk about hypertension.
Hypertension, the most hottest issue with regards to our health and wellness. Now, Dr. Sherry, what causes high blood?
So, hypertension or high blood pressure is caused by many things. It's multifactorial, genes, the way that we eat, diet, our lifestyle. But most importantly, people need to understand that hypertension is a chronic condition, and it's insidious, meaning to say it develops very slowly, and if it is not if it is not controlled, it can be catastrophic. So there are two types. Okay, it can be primary or idiopathic, and the other one is secondary. So idiopathic or primary, we don't know the cause. Okay, it stays with you, we don't know. It's probably because of familial, things that you eat. And then the second one is called secondary, meaning to say it has a cause. It can be because of your diabetes, which is uncontrolled, and also kidney problems can also lead to hypertension.
You know what, most Filipinos, they're not aware with regards with this high blood pressure. They thought it's just normal because anyway, they don't have this the blood pressure machine. So what is your suggestion with that one?
I think that in first world countries, I should say, where it's a priority, our health has become our priority, right? So people in general here in the US and even in Europe or developing countries, they are much more aware than people in the third world. because here we have what we call preventative measures. So we go to our physician every 3 to 6 months. But going back to your question, what can they do is exactly they have to make sure to see their primary care providers at least once a year. Because at age 40, that's where we do most of our preventative screening. We do blood workup, routine, workup. We make sure that our kidney function is normal, liver function is normal. We have a condition called hyperlipidemia, wherein our blood pressure is concomitantly going up and up with your lipid levels.
Okay, my next question. What are systolic and diastolic blood pressure?
Okay, so systolic and diastolic blood pressure, these readings are measured in millimeters of mercury. So it's actually, we're talking about a force. Okay, so the systolic blood pressure is the force that would force blood against the arteries, into the arteries, I should say. So we have two numbers. The upper number is called the systolic blood pressure, and the diastolic blood pressure, by the way, is the force between heartbeats. So the diastolic blood pressure is the lower number. And at goal blood pressure or normal blood pressure should be less than 120 over less than 80.
Wow. So what's the normal blood pressure? It depends upon the age.
Well, we have to make sure that it depends upon the age and condition. So if you are 60 years old and below, your blood pressure, and you don't have any diabetes, nothing, no other chronic conditions, your blood pressure should be less than 140 over less than 90 or less than 80. Now, if you are more than 60 years old, that would be a different thing. So we can have like luxury of that blood pressure getting higher, but that's not necessarily true if you have diabetes. So in all essence, essentially what I'm trying to say here is that even with blood pressure being low, if you have signs and symptoms, you still need to go to your doctor.
Okay.
The symptoms are non-specific.
So what is the normal blood pressure?
The normal blood pressure, okay, let's say you and I, how old are you?
Secret.
Let's say you are. Let's say you are.
Let's say about 60.
Let's say you're 50 years old.
Okay.
Mike, because you look very young.
Oh,
right?
thank you.
So you must be able to maintain a blood pressure, less than 140 over less than 90. But like it's called JNC. It's a new parameter for blood pressure monitoring. Is that in general, okay, normal blood pressure is less than 120 over less than 80. Elevated blood pressure is systolic blood pressure, that's 120 to 129, and your diastolic blood pressure is still less than 80. So it's normal, elevated, stage 1, and stage 2. So those are the assignations or designations.
Wow.
Of blood pressure.
Now, another question. What can you suggest, for example, for those people who are not aware if their blood pressure is high? Is there any medication, over-the-counter medication that they can take?
No, if the strong recommendation is that we need to make sure that we visit our primary care provider at least once a year, right? And then we have to go by or abide by what we call lifestyle and diet modification. Our diet should be kept at the minimum, like minimum salt, less salt, better. Because salt, okay, if you have lots of salt in your body, you can retain water, and that can contribute to the overload in your heart, which can increase your blood pressure. Another thing is weight management. It's very important because, you know, the more weight that you have, we have what we call BMI, right? So it's an index whereby
Body mass index.
yes, so it's an index that would reflect whether or not we are, you know, we are within parameters or not. So anything below 25 is good. Your BMI is good, meaning to say you are within the normal BMI. Right? Anything above 25 is overweight. Anything above 30 is obesity. Anything above 40 BMI is morbid obesity. So, you know, your diet, your lifestyle, what else? The occupation that you have. Sometimes, if you are a type A personality, it can also contribute to one having high blood pressure.
Especially if you're overstressed.
Right. That's why we need to make sure, okay, everybody out there, we need to make sure that we have to practice self-love. Meaning to say, you know, just
Self-love. Self-love.
you know, meaning to say you have to make sure that you're healthy. Yes.
Wow.
So not you know, when you eat too much, anything that's too much is not necessarily good. So we have to make sure that we eat the heftiest would be breakfast, and then a little bit less during lunch, and then at nighttime maybe we don't eat anything because we're not really doing anything at night. Yeah, so it's a very, you know, hypertension as a topic, Dr. Mike, really it would probably need for us to be talking like many segments.
Many segments,
Yeah,
of
many
course.
segments.
So thank you very much for this part of our segments about hypertension. I know we can still meet on another segment, Dr. Cherry. Now, Dr. Cherry, if our audience would like to get in touch with you, how can they get in touch with you?
Yes, so for your primary care needs, you can call us at 408-833-3158. That's Imaged Skin and Wellness. Even if we are a wellness clinic, we also cater to primary care patients. Also, you can email us at image2014@yahoo.com.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Dr.
Thank you.
Cherry Maglayali.
My pleasure.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Pampanga Specialty Delicacies, located at 4135 South Tupalo Drive, Suite 102, Las Vegas, Nevada 89147. Saan ka pa sa mga kakanin Pampanga Specialty Delicacies? Or please call 702-682-5705 or 725-605-4085.
Hello once again, kamusta po kayong lahat? The news will held its awarding ceremony
And on our public service announcement, hello once again, this is Doc Mike for Fil-am News on very much, and to all of you,
I would like to congratulate
your host, Dr. Michael Santawan at your service. Mabuhay! 2022 J1 Teachers Meet and Greet on September 3rd, 2022 from 2 to 4 p.m. at Plus 6350 Fil-am Central, 3700 South Maryland Parkway, Suite 525 H&E, Las Vegas, Nevada 89169. Hosted by the Filipino-American Educators of Nevada in collaboration with Fil-am TV Network, with a special appearance of Miss Lani Misalucha. Of course, collaborated with Giorani Catarata Scholarship Foundation, Napa, Nevada, Philippine American Charity Foundation, University of the Philippines Alumni Association of Nevada, Mr. C. De La Cruz, Pampanga Specialty Delicacy, Sendwave, Pure Medical Equipment and Supplies, Las Vegas Philippine Medical Mission, Ilocano American Association of Nevada, Perdi Ponce, Cavite Association of Nevada, Neurology Center of Nevada, Fil-am Civic International, IMAD Skin and Wellness Center, Katrina Ojeda, Trans-Pacific Multi-Services of Sinsinlanderos, Bamboo Bridges, and Lieutenant Lloyd Foundation, Philippine Nurses Association of Nevada, and the Asian Community Development Center. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. I hope you enjoyed this week's edition of Fil-am News. Before anything else, I would like to thank my major sponsor, Pure Medical Equipment and Supplies, with Pat Magallanes, Sam and Joseph Puban. And if you wish to become a proud sponsor of Fil-am News or simply want to advertise your business in the channel, please call 702-979-1388. And of course, thank you very much for my barong sponsor, Mila Paglinawan of CMC Boutique. And remember mga kabayan, use your voice for kindness, your ears for compassion, your hands for charity, your mind for truth, and your heart for love. Until the next episode, this is your host, Dr. Michael Santawan, at your service. Mabuhay!